Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're taking a look at the Squale Y1545. Comes in this nice cardboard box here with the watch case, leather watch roll case here. You see Squale engraved or stamped in there. And this one was lent in by Will. Really appreciate you lending in this watch. This is a very nice quality watch. Looks very good for obvious reasons. It is a clone, homage, whatever you want to call it, of Rolex Submariner. This has a nice green dial with the ceramic bezel insert there. Sorry, just wiping it off there. Trying to get my fingerprints off of that. So it has a sapphire crystal with a bit of a dome to it, but it fits the bezel very nicely. The bezel slopes as well. From my research, the bezel is filled with white enamel, and then they polish that off to get the nice crisp look here. And as you can see, this one does not have a date magnifier. I have another watch here I bought years ago, with the magnifier. This is also a Submariner homage, but you can see the crown guards are a bit different. I'm not really an expert on all the variations of the Submariners, but I think this is based on a newer version and this is based on an older version. I prefer the looks of this one more. I don't like the clunkier case on this. So anyway, this is rated to 200 meter. I mentioned the ceramic bezel insert. It has the solid end link bracelet. It feels nice and heavy. Feels real well built, nice and robust. This does not have the Rolex style case back. That would be something more similar like this one here. So this has a ETA movement, the 2824-2, which is good for 2,800 beats per hour, which gives you a smoother sweep as compared to like a Seiko SKX. I think that's 8 beats per second versus 6 beats per second. You see the difference there. This one's kind of more jumpy. So let's get into the specs. This is a nice size watch. It's a 40 millimeter diameter. It is 48 millimeter lug to lug, but it does have the fixed center links of the end link, so that pushes it out to 52 millimeter on bracelet, which when I put it on wrist, you'll see is a bit too big for my wrist, as I have a 6.5 inch wrist with a 52 millimeter wristband. So the lug to lug of the center link is the same width as my wrist. And this is 13 millimeter thick, which, that's not too bad for a diver. 200 meter depth rated diver. So 120 click bezel. Let's test that out. That's a nice bezel. Sounds nice too. Just looking at the loom pip there. It's not proud of the bezel at all. Fits in there pretty nicely. It's a little bit of a recess there that for the triangle, and the loom pit sits inside of that. So we'll do a loom shot at the end here. I'd be more used to a loom pip like this that's proud of the bezel insert. Yeah, this watch feels heavier than this one here. This might have some hollow end links or whatever. They're hollow links. So let's get into the clasp here. This is a nice solid feeling clasp. The piece here in between is milled. This one here appears to be stamped, but it does have a dive extension in here as well. Looks like it's nicely machined. It's not too hard to pull out. You can see the machining on that milled extension there. It's pretty intricate. Also, something else I noticed, which I haven't seen before, is these two pieces are milled, but that latch retention there looks like it's almost like it's a stamped piece. So they must have milled that real thin and then bent it over when they manufactured this. So that just latches onto this piece here, secures it in place. Then you have the security clasp there. So this is not going to come loose on its own. I like the coin edge bezel on this. Coin edge bezel. This is a nice watch. I could see wearing this, all the time. Nice color green too. It's kind of a, darker green. You may not notice it's green. Well, yeah, it's pretty obvious that it's green, but I've seen some others that are really dark and you can't tell unless you get in direct sunlight. Let's shine a flashlight on this, see how it looks. Yeah, so out in sunlight it'd pop even more, obviously. So that is a green, huh? I guess I didn't notice the bezel insert was green until I just hit it with a flashlight. I thought it was like a gray or something. Well, that's interesting. Well, I guess it is a Hulk and not a Kermit, like I mistakenly said in the unboxing. The loom on this is Super Luminova C3. And I think that's all the specs I had written down for this watch. So let's turn out the lights and we'll do a loom shot. I guess I'll throw this one in as well. And we'll do the Seiko SKX. I bought this one, I don't even know, 5-6 years ago. I haven't worn it in years. It's just been sitting in the box, but I don't know, maybe I'll sell it or anyway. But oh, you know what? I forgot to do a wrist shot. I'm rambling on here and I did not do a wrist shot. So let's get this on wrist here. This is a little harder to, it's secured in there pretty well, so it's kind of a little harder to get it out, but that's not a bad thing to have more security. So here it is up close. Again, I have a 6.5 inch wrist with a 52 millimeter wristband, and the lug to lug on the center link is 52, and then the case itself is 48. Let's get you an idea there. So very similar in size to my larger watch I have is a Bulova Lunar Pilot, which looks big on my wrist for obvious reasons, and this one does look a bit big as well. But if you like the watch, just put it on. Doesn't matter how big or how small it is. All right, I'll come right back here with the Loom Shot. So I have the cheap Chinese homage on the left here. Again, that's probably 5-6 years old. I think they've improved quite a bit since then. In the middle, we have the Squale Y1545. And on the right, I have my trusty Seiko SKX 009. So you can see the difference in quality in the loom between the Squale and the cheap Chinese homage. But Seiko and Squale are pretty close here. Seiko is a little bit brighter by eye, but really can't complain about the loom on the Squale. So as always, thank you for watching. If you could please like, comment, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thanks.